Hey guys, welcome into a new YouTube video. Today we're going to be breaking up the snipers, currently in 12.9. This is down to my own personal recommendations of my own experience and what I recommend. So first of all, going through the snipers, you've got to look at it is, what is it you're aiming to do with the sniper? Okay, obviously take out PMCs, most likely. So with this one, what I'm going to be breaking down here is, how accurate are you as a player? Are you someone that can nail your shots perfectly fine, or are you going to be taking you to take a shot and then adjust your shot and then land that shot? Then if that's the sort of player that you are, then I'd recommend the SV98 or the Hunter, okay? Preferably, I'd say on a more realistic level in price point for newer players right now, I'd recommend the SV98. The gun itself you can get from Propor for like 37,000 rubles. The suppressor right here, the SV98, it's about 28k. And then you've got the TAC 30, otherwise known as the Burris. Okay, so with this gun, because I've got the mag there. 1 second. Pop that on there, bam that on there. Okay, and then you've got yourself a nice sniper with a muzzle velocity of 891 meters a second, decent ergonomics as well. Obviously, it's been adjusted due to the scope being put on there and the suppressor. Even still, you're looking at 31 ergo, decent recoil. Now, the other thing that you need to take into account with your snipers is your ammunition that you're going to be using. Alright, so people always go, say, use the LPSs or the 7M1s. Okay, the reason being for that, let me show you here. So I've got over here the Tarkov ammo chart. Alright, so your 7M1s is going to one-tap to the chest with anything level 4 class armor. So what we can do here is quickly go to gear, armor, and we can look at armor class here, and we can go to anything that's 4 to 6. So any of these armors, it's going to one-tap to the chest, especially if it's already been damaged, okay? So if you go for these ones further down here, so this one, the 6B5, 6B13s, High-Com Trooper armor, anything like that, it's going to one-tap to the chest. Go back to Tarkov. With the 7M1s specifically, LPS it's already, if they've been hit and damaged, it'll one tap to the chest. Okay, but you've got other rounds. So breaking through these rounds, you've got the 7M37s, okay, but it's got a bullet velocity of 785. So if I add this 7M37 into the gun, watch the muzzle velocity there, it's going to come down to about 809. Just drag that out of there. And if I add in the 7M1s, it's going up to 902. So it means you've not got to adjust your aim as much. Where you shoot, your bullet's going to land up to 900 meters roughly. Like you'll see the difference between the ammunition. So if you're going to be doing your long range shots, you're going to be wanting to use the 7M1s over the 7M37s. However, if you're fighting geared players, so like say, I don't know, you're going reserve, then I'd recommend you probably take the 7M37s because you're not going to be doing quite as long shots, but you're going to be breaking that armor, especially if you've got another teammate with you. Okay? Pop it there, and pop it there. For the Hunter, this was the meta sniper towards the end of 12.8 in the last patch. Reason being, once you add on... Sorry, I need to pull it over. Once you add on the suppressor, and with this one, we've got the Voodoo Scope, which is more expensive, you're looking a very, very silent, deadly weapon. The only thing is, it's pretty, well, it's not expensive to run. It's about, you're looking at about 150, anywhere between 120k to 150k for the pieces. But this is like a souped up one, so using the SV style stock. We've got the suppressor on there, and again, we do have the the Voodoo Scope on this one. It's got 870 meters a second on there, but if we pop in the 7M1s, it's already got a round in, I think. No, it needs wrong ammo type. So again, sorry, this one uses the M80s, M61s or M62s. Let me just grab some. I've got an M61 round just here. So this is the strongest ammo. We pop that in there, and you're looking at around about the 870. Again, there's no tracer on that round, so you'll be pretty set up with that one. Ammo for that can be pretty expensive. Going over to the Mosin now. Obviously, the Mosin is a bolt action sniper, okay? One thing I don't recommend is if you put in a Voodoo or a Burris on the Mosin or a Valde. For myself, I don't know if this is just for me, I'm yet to find out, so you guys can leave a comment below and let me know about this. I feel like I get like a delay, so if I'm like alternating between the scope, so if I go into the hideout here quickly and I enter, just run over, I try out the weapon. When you're doing the whole like alternating between, there's a bit of lag and delay. I don't know if that's an issue on my computer or what, but that's the reason that I don't recommend you use a Valde, Boris, or Voodoo on the Mosins. But going over to the Mosin, again, you're using the same ammo type here. 7M1s is going to be your favorite to use. With a PU scope on this one, it's nice and cheap, easy gun to recommend. And you can pop off the shots pretty quick. Obviously, I only got one round in there. However, okay, if, for example, you're doing like Shooter Born in Heaven, then I would recommend the SV98. It's cheap to run as a sniper. You can buy the gun again, it literally itself, from Propor for about 35. It goes in the flea market for about 35k. If you're buying a Vepr Hunter, you're looking at about anywhere between 28, 30k as well. The only thing is the suppressor on this weapon is literally like 50k itself, whereas the SV98, if I go to filter by item, sorry, no. The suppressor over here currently sits quite low. It's literally in the 30k mark, and you only need to attach a scope with the mount, the 30mm mount, which is about 5k, and a scope is about 30k, so 35k. So you're looking at about 60k. It's about 100k sniper here. This one you're looking at about 150k. But the Mosin, obviously you can buy it from Propor. Again, if you just click on filter by item, you can usually get them pretty cheap off the flea market as well. So Propor sells the standard bolt action one, where you can put the Koshatev on with the PU scope for about 56k. All right, Brahmins right now, I'm not sure on the Brahmins how much they're going for. Let's check current prices. You're looking at about 40k. Again, it's pretty expensive on the scope, on the suppressor. But the scopes in that, again, for these, using a PU, you're looking at about 100k. The bonus to actually using the Mosin is every time you reload, like you chamber the bolt, or reloading the weapon, you're improving your sniper skill. Whereas if you're only using the SV98 and the Hunters, you're only going to increase your sniper skill every time you reload that weapon with that magazine. So that's a little trick for you to do if you want to be leveling up your sniper skill. So for me, my personal recommendations is the SV98 on a recommendation. Ammo, the SMBs, LPS, GZHs, they come in plethora. You can find them in customs, you can find them on reserve, you can find them anywhere. Most players will have these, even scabs, if you're loading into a scab and you're happily to have a Mosin, or sometimes you even get the SV98. You're probably asking, well, why aren't you recommending the SVD? Well, currently SVDs, right now at 12.9 in this patch, so SVD, themselves, oh, I've got the PU there. So the SVD is going anywhere between 100k right now. And not just that, the extras that you want to add on to it to make it reasonable, it's a pretty expensive gun to run. The only reason you'd need an SVD right now is if you're doing your Punisher Task Part 7, I think it is, for Propor, but you've got to get your kills with an SVD. So that's pretty much it for the snipers. Snipers category. If anything else, yeah, my usual typical loadout. I rock the gushes. I call them the gushes. Like, it probably sounds horrible to some people, I don't care. Gushes. Use the Karund armor, and you can use any sort of face covering, because you don't want your big fat bald head covering you up. Yep. And then that's pretty much the recommended loadout. Again, you don't want to be going in with a backpack that's super huge, because you want to have a small profile, especially if you're going to be sniping on woods or like out in reserve on the hills or something like that. You want to keep yourself smaller, not as obscure to the eye, obscene to the eye. Don't know the word. You get what I mean. Low profile. Other than that, guys, what I'll do now is I'll just rock some sniper gameplay in over the end of this one. I hope you have found this interesting. I hope this has benefited you in your recommendations. Currently sitting in 12.9. Oh, sorry. In the actual box here, what I usually take in myself right now is a regen stim. Again, they're going for about 36k. I'll take a Propital. Propital's are anywhere between like 15k. I'll have a survival kit or a CMS in my case. Take a dog tags case with your ZBO 14 key, just in case you need to get that extract over to the side. But there, Propital. And then also, if I go to my thick box med case, I'd usually take myself in an IFAK. Pop it. Again, you can. It's up to you. Depends how quick you are at like tab in to heal and get a hemo, and how much you want to save your money and be a little bit stingy to yourself. Then this is my recommended loadout for going in sniping. Again, you're looking to wait for your shot as a sniper. You don't just, as soon as you see someone, take the shot. You're waiting to see if, oh wait, actually they're going to be pausing in a second, or hoping that they pause, and you're waiting for that nice clean shot for yourself. But that's the end of this video. Sorry, one thing I want to show you between the Burris and the Voodoo, actually. If I pop that on here, go into the hideout and try out the weapon. So, for example, this is the 1x on the Burris. You've got the big red circle, and you've got the few dots there to adjust your aim. And again, it's not quite as zoomed in, but it's got a decent zoom. So again, this is a great sniper for reserve. If you go into woods, on the other hand, I would recommend you'd rock probably the Voodoo. So as you can see, it's significantly more zoomed in there. But so that's the zoom on the Burris. That's the zoom on the Voodoo. And if I come back again, you've got the 1x. Again, it's nice, easy, fluid sniper scope. Is that it? I think that's everything. I think I've covered everything. If you've got any more questions, guys, feel free to drop them in the comments, and I'll get back to you with them. Or if you have any recommendations, drop them in there as well. Guys, this is Sumner. Thank you. See you in the next one.
Getting stronger every day. Keep on pushing through.